Hi, this is Pat Ray from Pat's Again. This is substance abuse class for Thursday. Today, I'm going to need you to grab a piece of paper, like always, print your first and last name on it. Please print your first and last name on it. I get so many with no name on it, and they either text it or email, and there's no way to identify who they are in their email or from their text number. So please do this. Put your first and last name on it. This is also a substance abuse group, so I need you to put that on there, please. I need you also to put the topic of the group, which today is boredom and substance abuse. And if you have insurance to pay for your session, please put that on there. If someone else is paying, another entity or agency, put that on there. If you are paying for it yourself, please call 217-954-1128 to pay over the phone with a card, or bring cash to the office in exact change Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. In order to get full credit, I need to have a progress note that is completely filled out with any assignment that was given. I need to have payment or be given information about who is paying. Okay? So today I'm going to be looking at my notes from time to time. Whoops, before I forget, we're going to have some new meetings. As you know, that we have introduced some Zoom meetings. And Zoom is basically doing face-to-face with other folks. And we can see you, you can see us, and we can talk to one another. It's really great. We will be doing a lot more of those in the next week or two. So what you would do is go to Google or other search engine and find Zoom, Z-O-O-M, download it. Once you download it, you will click Run. It will ask you to become a member. It's zero cost to you. So you will have a user ID and a password. You'll make those up. Then you will call and let us know that you want to attend. You will either pay for it or give us your insurance or other payment source. And then we will give you the meeting ID number. You will then go in at the time of the meeting to your Zoom and join the meeting and add the meeting ID. Make sure to allow, it's going to ask you about using the computer or phone, audio, and video. Please say yes to that. Otherwise, we won't be able to hear or see you, or you may not be able to hear us. So we need to, or see us. So we need to have that going back and forth. All right? So let me just tell you right quick, we are going to be offering, and we are offering right now, Tuesday and Thursday, there's a Zoom meeting at 11 a.m. and at 5 p.m. In the next week or so, we will also offer a 6 p.m. session for Zoom, and that will be on Tuesday, Thursday. We may have a morning 10 a.m. substance abuse Zoom group. I will follow up with more information on that for you. Those are important things to keep in mind. We will move away from doing this format and move into more Zoom meetings. Don't be afraid. If you're Like me, I'm not a techno person, but even I am figuring it out, so I know you can. All right, back to our topic, boredom and substance abuse. So, what is boredom? Well, it says one way of describing it would be to say that it is a state of mind that people experience when they have nothing to do and they have a lack of interest in their surroundings. Another definition says it's being restless and weary because of a lack of interest in things. Now, there are 3 types of boredom we're going to talk about today. One of those is when you are forced to be engaged in an activity that you don't want to be. Or the second, when you are not allowed to do something you want to do. Or 3, when people just find themselves unable to stay interested. Okay, so that may be the case of you, especially you're being forced to do these groups. You may not be allowed to do something you want to do, like drive your car. Maybe you're on home confinement, whatever it might be. And right now, with everything that's going on, many places of businesses and whatnot are closed, so not being allowed to do what we want to do. And then the other thing, just can't stay interested in what any current activity or in our surroundings. So, our mind keeps wandering away from it. So those are 3 types of boredom. I want to touch on the dangers of boredom. As you know, when people suffer boredom, they may also be experiencing some other things going on, maybe even depression. People who are chronically bored may also be more likely to suffer from alcoholism, drug addiction, eating disorders, reduced productivity at work, just not doing everything, anger and irritability. They may have problems in social situations. They may also develop a gambling addiction or some anxiety problems. They may do a lot of comfort eating, and that leads to obesity. Depression, as I said. If you're going to school, boredom may lead to poor performance at school. They may find that they experience a lot of hostility toward other people, and there may be some family problems going on. So now we are talking about people who suffer from chronic boredom. So many folks who find themselves using substances a lot to have fun may also be more likely or more easily bored, and therefore more likely to be what we call a thrill seeker, living on the edge, doing the exciting things. So trying that new drug that's coming out, driving that car really fast, taking that chance going into somebody's house and taking things when they're asleep. You say, oh, that's crazy. People do that. Thrill-seeking behavior. Okay, so people feel that when people feel that they have nothing to do, nothing better to do, they may be more likely to turn to alcohol, drugs, other kinds of risk behaviors, including breaking the law, things like that. So one of the reasons that people struggle to stop using substances, to stop the illegal behavior, to stop those activities, is that they feel like that living the normal life, whatever that might be, would be so boring. So they imagine their future would be focused on doing things that they don't want to do and not doing the things that they really enjoy doing. So, which Actually, if you talk to people who have been in recovery for a while, who have been able to escape the throes of daily addiction, some of them will tell you that there are not enough hours in the day to do the things they want to do. Did it start out that way? No, not always. At least I can speak for myself and say that my greatest fear when I stopped using substances and stopped the lifestyle that I was involved in was that I would have nothing to do, that I would be bored. So what I did was I incorporated some suggestions from other people. I tried things out. One of those things was I went back and tried some of the things that I used to do before I got so involved in my addiction. Some of those I said, okay, I like this. I'm doing some more of it. Others, no, not so much. And I said, you know what? I just can't get into that. So what I did was for one thing, I got back involved in martial arts. I taught martial arts. I trained in martial arts. I helped others in martial arts. I got involved in the activities surrounding it, the picnics, the clubs, the meetings, the training sessions, the competitions, and the tournaments. And I found myself very much enjoying that again. Other things that I like to do, such as I used to really love to sew, I had more trouble getting back into that. But the idea was I kept trying. The other thing was I did stuff I didn't think I would like to do. For example, I got invited to potlucks and picnics and things along those lines where there was no alcohol, there were no drugs. There was a whole different set of people. I didn't like it at first, but I went. I felt out of place, but I went again. And I went again. And I went some more. And before you know it, I struck up conversations finally that I began to enjoy, and I began to look forward to going and seeing certain people. That did not happen overnight. But if I have a commitment to changing my lifestyle, I have to be willing to give it a shot and to go the extra mile. Do it again and again and again and again. And finally, it clicked. Okay. So here are some things that they suggest to do. Hobbies. You say, oh, hobbies. Well, I don't know about you, but I got a few. You know, in the beginning, went back into martial arts. That was something I really enjoyed. It was a hobby. I thought about it, read about it, visited it, involved in it, talked to the people. I had a lot going on there. Okay. Another thing was that a friend of mine who was also a family member told me that what he did was, because he was a total thrill seeker, he planned ahead. He knew that there were times that he was going to have time on his hands. That was not good for him. So he just made a list of things. Just made a list of things. He didn't have to get it done today, but he had that list. So when he found that time when he was at odds, he said, oh, I'll try this. Oh, I'll go fix that. Oh, I'll do this. And he would scratch it off his list. And he might add some more as he went along. There was no pressure to get it done, but he had that list. Another thing, I remembered that weekends were hard for me. And in the beginning, I had a whole lot going on in my family. So I had a block of time from Friday to Monday, Friday night to Monday, that I just didn't know what to do with. So I planned some projects. Something like, for example, I went through all my old pictures, I organized them, blah, blah, blah. It was laying there. That was a project. I had a few other things. I wanted to paint the living room, just some things. I didn't have to do them, but I got things together so that if I wanted to do them, I could. And then I would plan, okay, this weekend I'm going to take a walk with my dog. I'm going to go walk down and get, some dinner at whoever. and I'm going to work on my scrapbook. I'm going to work on my organizing my photos. Plan ahead, make a list, have an idea of what to do. Don't let the weekend or whatever it is roll up on you and you don't have a plan. Another thing that's important to get rid of boredom is breaking the routine. If all I do is go to work, come home, go to work, come home, which, by the way, I do a lot of that, pretty soon I'm going to be in a rut. Life is going to lose its luster. So I have to try something new, even if it's just taking a different route to and from work, mostly from, because I'm in a hurry to get there and I've got things to do. But on the way home, take a different way home. Notice the houses that all of a sudden have disappeared. If you drive around in this town, one day there's a whole neighborhood there, and the next day it's all leveled and an apartment building is going up. So take a different route. Do something different. Instead of going home and having the same meal, maybe stop, get a pizza. Do something different in your routine. Okay, change of scenery. And that's kind of what I was talking about here. If you're inside all the time, go in the morning, have your coffee on the back deck. I used to like to do that back when I had a deck that I could go have coffee on. Instead of just sitting there, get up and, take a little jaunt down the neighborhood. Just check things out. Whatever it is, change the scenery. If you're inside all the time, get outside. If you're outside all the time, go somewhere visit a museum, whatever it might be. I know right now we can't do that so much, but hopefully soon. Okay, so those are just a few of the things, not the whole list, and each person has to find what works for them. But if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. So, make a change. Do a little something different every day. Put a little spice in your life, and you won't be so likely to be drawn to alcohol, drugs, gambling, pornography, illegal behaviors, risky behaviors, taking a chance driving without a license, whatever it is that you do to get rid of boredom that puts you at risk for more trouble. All right, so I need a progress note to be turned in to me. And I need you to take a picture of that if you can. And I need you to put that picture and send it either to my text number 217-766-9132 or to my email, pat@changeisachoice.org. You will not be signed in for attendance until I have everything I need. Okay? So, have a great day, and I will talk to you another time. Keep in mind, those Zoom meetings will be starting in the evening at 6 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will give you more information on that. Bye-bye.